Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the T1 Grafo by Harder and Steenbeck. We're going to take a look at it today. Now I did the review on the T3, which is this one here. If you've not seen it, side feed airbrush, gets super down on detail on 0.4. Now we've got the pleasure today of looking at the T1. Now the T1 in the Harder and Steenbeck lineup, this has been around for a long time. When I first started airbrushing many years ago, my tutor mentioned the T1 Grafo and said it's a phenomenal brush, and the only time I got to see it is been on Google or sites and just read up a little bit about it. I've never sort of been able to have a go with one. Now we're going to demo it today, which is really cool. Now these Grafo lineups are a controlled double action movement, so if you're not sure on what that is, if you're used to a normal double action where you press down on your trigger for air and then you move back for paint, that's what sort of everybody's got and they're using, is the down for air, back for paint, double action airbrush. On the Grafo, you don't press down, you just move backwards and forwards, and the brush releases the air and the paint at the same sort of time. Now what I like about this is it's less tension and stress on your finger movement. Now, if you think about an airbrush has got a spring here and it's got a spring here. Now the T1's got a spring here and a spring here, but the way the trigger moves on this, on the Evo, you'd press down. So your finger is engaging a spring. You're holding it, and from there to there, you're pressing down like that. So you're having to put, it's not loads of force, but you're having to do that muscle to press down, to engage that air, because you always keep the air on. When you're airbrushing, it's sort of like always trigger down and you're feathering the paint. So you're pressing down there, and then when you move back, you're engaging another spring to be able to bring that forward and keep that needle positioned to the front. When you move it forward, it sort of closes it off, the spring pushes it forward and closes the needle off, closes the paint flow and cuts the paint off. So you're always engaging the spring going down and back. The T1 Grafo feels like you're just engaging one spring, even though there is two springs in the brush. So when you use it, you're just moving back and feeling a tension, but a soft tension, just moving back. You're not having to press down and lock your finger off for air. So it's a really different experience using it. Now after I used the T3, demoed it, took me a while to sort of get used to it and feel it, because you don't get paint and air straight away. You get your air, as you start to move back, it engages the air comes on, and then you feel, and then you move slightly, there's fractions back more, and then you feel your paint. Once you've got used to it and you know where that paint release is, and you can just feather the trigger really, really well. And that's what we're going to do on here. We'll demo it today and I'll show you what I mean. But it will take me a couple of minutes to get warmed up on it, which it would you if you're used to a double action airbrush. Now, the brush itself, for a brush that's been around for a long time, guys, this brush has been around for a long time, you would look at it and think, this could be in the 2024-25 lineup. It just looks, it doesn't look dated or anything. It just looks a very plush version of a H&S. It really does. I've always liked the look of the Grafos with the blue body to the back, the smooth blue body to the back. You get your gold ring there, and you get your gold, it looks like a cymbal off a drum kit, a miniature cymbal when you look over the top. It's got that dome trigger to the top. And what's nice about that is if you sit over the front on a trigger, because some people sit over the front, you've got loads of room. You've not got a cup in the way. So you can sit with your finger over the front, and that little dome can sit in that crease really comfortable on your finger. So you can work them like that. You can put your finger to the top, over the front, the sides, and sit on the back. So the trigger will cater for everybody when it comes to a comfortable trigger. You've got little rings on the top, which makes it slightly grippy. We all know what it's like when you're airbrushing and you're nervous and it's hot. You can get sticky hands, and sometimes you can slip off triggers when they're too smooth at the back, depending where you sit on the trigger. So that's the brush. You get the quick fix at the back, which is on the infinity. Same sort of thing where you can dial it in and you can dial your trigger. So you can do the same on this. This one's coming in on 015. And as I say, this has been around for a long time, since I started airbrushing. And they've kept the needle and nozzle system throughout on the H&Ss. So you can swap over your needle and nozzles. You can just undo the back like you would the other brushes. You get your markers on your needle so you know what needle setup you got in. Unscrew the front and you've got your same floating nozzle and air cap. So all you've got to do is buy the combo tube that's got the needle, the nozzle and the air cap with the prong cap. Buy one of them in a different setup, like a 04. You could buy the 045 off the Ultra. You could buy the 028 off the Evo, and you can just slide your nozzle in, change your needle over and just screw it to the front, and you've got a different brush setup straight away. So very versatile brushes, guys, and that's what I like about the H&Ss. They think outside the box when it comes to building a brush and catering for everybody, you know. So we'll hook this up. I'm going to use some FW inks in this, my nice thin mix ratio in this. We'll drop the pressure down, we'll have a little play with the pressure, and I'll just show you how well the Grafo atomises the paint and lays detail down, guys. Right, guys, we've got some of the paint in the brush. Now, just finding the trigger movement at the minute. As you can, yeah, we've got it now. So as you can see, just moving the backward motion, you find the air first. The air comes on around sort of here, right near that first little movement. And then as you move back, you'll find your air. So then you find your paint, then you're just rocking it forwards and backwards, but atomises really well. This is a thin FW in this. Just wanted to see how. It's weird because you go to press down, you're not hearing air. You don't press down, you just move back. You can see tiny down. I'll get the hang of it in a minute. Write my name down around 2mm. I'll get it clean up. Just getting to grips with it. I've got a little picture here. I'm just going to doodle out a little picture while we're here. Just see how I get on. Little skull and crossbone on a credit card. $15 PSI. Start to darken this out now. Tiny little movements. You'll get it. That'll do. Right, guys, my thoughts on the T1 Grafo. It's getting used to that movement. All you're doing is moving backwards. So if you're used to a double action airbrush, you'll be sort of, your finger instantly presses down. You won't realise it, but you'll be pressing down because you're thinking that's how you're getting your air, but you're not. The minute you lose that thought and just move it back, find the air, you'll find the air come on. There'll be a little bit of movement and then a little bit further you go back, you'll feel your paint. It will feel like your trigger's going back quite a bit before you feel your paint. You'll just get it. Then once you've found it, you just bring your thumb up and you can just bounce it into your thumb, at the side of your thumb with the trigger, and you can just hit the movement once you find it. And we just went in on a credit card skull and crossbow, nothing fancy, just having a little feel of the brush, just sort of sketching around with it, getting a feel where the bite point is on the paint. It's like when you're driving a car for the first time, you're finding that bite point. And you do with every airbrush, you're finding that bite point like a clutch, and then once you get it and master it, once you're like driving a car, you know exactly how to pull away, you don't get no jerky feeling. It's the same with an airbrush, you find that bite point and you know exactly where it is every time. But that's just getting used to one brush. When you're on one brush for a long time, you just master that brush because you know it. It's the same with one of these. Once you've found it, you'll be away. And that was just a doodle, finding the bite point and just going in, seeing how it shades, what it's like when it's putting a bit more paint down, a bit less paint. So working for detail is brilliant because you've got full view. You take the prong cap off, you can see the needle. So when you're right up close, you can just see the paint coming out, and you can just get the feel of it. It's all about feel. With brushes, it's the feel of it, and then you're just looking at where the paint's going. Once you've got the feeling of it and got that down on the trigger, you can just put the paint where you want to put it. So I hope you've enjoyed this video on the Grafo T1. I don't think they make these anymore, so if you can find one from a stockist that's selling one, I'd pick one up because it's a great one. If you're a H&S fan, I think it's just a great one to pick up. If you've got a few brushes, just to pick up now and again and sit with on a piece of artwork, and you'll enjoy it just like you will your 2024 Infinity, or if you've got the Evo or the Ultra. When you get used to them, you sit on them, you know them, you just paint with them. But then when you pick another one up, like this, it's like, yeah, that's another great brush. It just does what you want it to do, you know. And as I say, you can interchange these as well. You can interchange the needle and nozzle setups. I mean, I thought the 04, when I tested that on the T3, that got down ridiculously well on the 04. It just worked really well. Same with that, just getting used to it. You've got to remember that's the real fine needle. So you've got to get your paint mixes bang on for these real fine needles, guys, because any grainy paint, they won't like it. They'll be just, you'll be getting spitting. So if you get a really good mix, you'll be laughing. So thanks for watching. Drop your comments, tell me your thoughts, and I will see you lot in the next one.